Hey guys, StinaRose here, and welcome to a brand new episode from the Welsknight Patron Server. We are here at my villager breeder. As you can see, we've got some baby villagers over there getting ready to grow up, and these villagers are working hard to, breed for me. But one thing about this villager breeder is it doesn't really fit with the aesthetic of the rest of my island. So what I thought I would do was come over here and give this place a little bit of a facelift. I've been thinking about what I could do here to keep the villager breeder intact, but to give it maybe new life, we could say. And I think I know exactly what's going to happen. I was thinking about the nursery rhyme. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. And I think that we're going to change this villager breeder into a shoe. So let me grab some blocks and get started, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. Alright guys, I've been making some progress. You can see that I've gone with more of a boot shape than a shoe. The boot just seems to fit better the shape of the breeder. But let's come on over here and take a look at what I've done so far. Now this side is the only side done. The back side is not finished yet, and I do have to figure out some logistics like a door into it and everything like that. But this is what I have so far. So I'm using hardened clay or terracotta, and I thought it was kind of cool to leave some windows so that you can look in, and it looks like I've got villagers who are growing up in here who are not supposed to. But yeah, so there's 2 of these windows on each side, so you can peek in and see what's going on inside. The front of the boot, I was able to curve it. Now, as I said, I have not done this other side, so it looks really bad right now. But as you can see up here, I had to leave windows. Glass blocks because of the breeder itself. If I covered up here on this side you can see things too, but if I covered everything up with this hardened clay, I would lose my sky access to the detection villager down here. So up above him are 3 blocks of glass so that he still has sky access. But as you can see, the breeder is working well while I'm working on this. Right now it is a great big terracotta box. I will be going through and making it more interesting as this goes on. But I wanted to bring you back in now to show you what I've been doing and to give you an idea of what the progress of this boot for the old woman who lived in a shoe, where it's at and what it looks like. So I will get back to work and come back to you in just a few. I wanted to bring you guys back in for a progress report. As you can see, I'm building up the top of this boot. I think that we're gonna be just about at that height. I might do a cuff, like another one of these dark brown, I might do a dark brown cuff around the top, but I think that's going to be the height. I like the white X that's going to go through this, but I just came back here to take a look at what was going on and thought, why don't I just record a little bit and show you guys what's going on. So this is our progress so far. Let me get back at it, and I'll see what we can do to finish this up. Well guys, the exterior of the boot is done. As far as putting it together, I do like how it all came together. It was a bit of work trying to mirror the one side onto the other. We come out here, you can see the boot. Now the boot is very narrow when you're looking at it front to back. It is very narrow, and I think that's okay. Yeah, it does look a little bit funny because it is so narrow, but I didn't want to go much bigger or it would have been, you know, falling off into the ocean on both sides. Like here you can see we've got maybe 2 blocks of room here, but on this side we are very, very close to being right on the edge. Yeah, we've got just a few blocks there. So the boot is pretty much centered on this island as well, this peninsula as well as it can be. And I think it's okay. It is a bit narrow, like I said, but I think even from the front it looks okay. I have done this whole side. It is all connected together, mirroring as best as I can the other side. There may be 1 or 2 blocks out of place, but for the most part, hello ink. Anyway, for the most part, it does mirror exactly. Came up and finished the back. Now this actually, the back was the most difficult part because on this side it dips down into the hill. And so it was a little bit tricky for me to dissect where I was elevation-wise from one side to the other, but I think I managed to pull it off. It all looks symmetrical, I think. Of course, I'll look back at this video later and go, oh no, I see a mistake, but looks symmetrical. Has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. So I think the next thing to do would be to start making this look like a house, because this is the old woman who lived in a shoe. So even though this is a shoe, or a boot in this case, it needs to have windows and things to make it also a home. So I am going to get working on that, and I will bring you back in just a little bit. Well, the villager breeder is working. These guys have all piled up since I started working on the shoe. So I need to spend a little bit of time going through these and calling out the ones that need to die. And yeah, I got some work ahead of me. So I'm going to take a moment and work through these and see what we come up with. I'll be back. Guys, we have a new member in our trading hall. Of all of the villagers that were up there in the breeder, only one of them stayed. Only one of them was superior to what I already have in here, and it is this guy. And this guy is a guy that I have been waiting for a long time. If we come in here for his trades, his paper trades, okay, it's not the greatest. Flame for 11, not too bad. More typical stuff, 4 glass for an emerald. But this is the one right here. 37 emeralds will get me efficiency 5. Guys, I have been looking everywhere for efficiency 5. I don't even have an efficiency 4 villager. So I have been having to rely on fishing to get my efficiency 4 books. And I am so excited to have this guy in the trading hall, being able to use him to get efficiency 5. Once I get a good emerald stock, the efficiency 5 will be on sale in the Northwest Trading Company. It's not there yet because I just got this guy and I kind of depleted all my emeralds restocking the store yesterday. So I've got to work some more emeralds up, but efficiency 5, and then he also has mending. Now this is not as good of a mending trade as what we already have, but it is always nice to have an extra mending villager on hand just in case something happens, because you never know when something's going to happen to one of your prized villagers. In fact, often when I'm trading with a villager, I will accidentally hit them trying to trade with them, and that's never a good thing. So I actually need my good farmer. I need to heal him up because he's been hit a lot. But anyway, I wanted to show you we have efficiency 5 librarian, and I'm really glad that he's here. But that's not the point of this episode, so I will get back to work on the shoe. All right, guys, I am back, and I have been working on the roof to the shoe. I wasn't sure if I was going to put a roof on the boot or not, but after looking at it further, I decided it needed a roof. This is actually the third variation of a roof that I put on this, and I think this is the one we're going to stick with. The other ones were slightly too shallow of a pitch to the roof, so the roof looked very small. And with a boot this large, I think the roof needed to be tall too. The only thing is, it's now competing with the size of my castle, which was not the point. My castle, my grand castle, kind of doesn't look quite as grand anymore, which is really sad. But the boot is pretty cool, so I guess we'll just keep that. The boat was kind of making this castle look small anyway, so that's okay. I kind of like how the curve of the boat goes with the curve of the boot. That's pretty cool. Anyway, wanted to show you what I had done so far on the roof. I need to get back in now and start working on making this look more like a house. The roof helps, but it is definitely not looking like a house yet. So I will get working on that, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I have gotten in all of the windows. Yeah. Doesn't it look really cool? I mean, it does now look more like a house with the roof and the windows in. I love that you can see through it a little bit right now, mostly because there's very few dividers in any of this in any of the levels, because I haven't gone through and actually put in rooms yet. Why don't I show you what's inside? So we have a access here at the bottom. Come and show you that. Now, because this is a villager breeder, I didn't want to do anything that was with doors, because I didn't want it to, and it's working well, I didn't want it to break the breeder by adding doors to the build. So instead what I've done is I've just added trapdoors. This will keep mobs out. Not very protective for arrows, but it'll keep mobs out should any make it onto the island somehow. And then down here I've changed all of the floor for black concrete, so you can see up to the edges of the breeder, it's all black concrete. I even got down inside of the breeder itself, put black concrete down. That was fun. Ended up having to drown a couple of baby villagers because they were in the way and they kept getting in the way, so they got drowned. Hasn't affected my village score any. Black concrete all the way down to the bottom here, so that was another interesting thing to do, getting the black concrete all the way down there, but I think it looks really good. Now, I did not put black concrete under the doors, so there you can see there's stone under those doors, but I think that's okay. So we've got the black concrete here. I did have to change out, okay, so we got levels of black concrete coming up. This used to go straight into the hillside, so I had to cut back the hillside quite a lot, add in the terracotta and extra glass to make this make sense. And then it comes into this spruce wall, so you know they flow down here. In this build I'm using glowstone for the lighting, so glowstone behind trapdoors. It just seemed to fit with the colors of, well, probably because I've already got glowstone in the villager breeder itself, but it did seem to fit with the colors of the terracotta. And I do plan on coming through and adding some more texture variation with the texture variation with the spruce. It's just a lot of spruce. Now, as I said, I have a big open space. Now, I do plan on dividing this up into rooms because if you remember, this is the story of the old woman who lived in a shoe. So she had so many children, she didn't know what to do. So I plan on having a lot of rooms with beds to make sense. I do love that I can come in here and just look out at so many different directions. Right down here is the sky access. So many different directions to look out. And yeah, so we're going to have a lot of bedrooms and things. All of these areas are going to be divided up into rooms, bedrooms, things like that. Obviously, I'm probably not going to be the one living here, sleeping here. I have my own bed over in the castle, but it works. It could work well for people who are visiting. Now here's where the boot widens. So right here is the center point of that X. And yeah, there's the center point of that X. And so now the boot is going to widen back out. I kind of like the way that this one comes around. And you can see out the window here. I do think here I'm going to put a rail, but it does have a window access. It's just, I don't want to drop the flooring and the floor will come right up to that window. So I might put a rail here so that you kind of look out on the window there. And then up here comes to the, not the tip top level. There is one more level. Right above this is the level with the rafters, the roof, but this is the last level inside of the boot itself. So I do plan on adding a stairway or maybe a ladder, some kind of access up to that area. And I'm not sure that bedrooms are going to be up there, but something will go up there. Not quite sure what it is yet, but I am super, super pleased with the way that this project has come up. I mean, it's amazing to me how well it's come together, and I'm absolutely thrilled. Truthfully, I thought that I couldn't do a better project than the Nether hub, our mini hub. But I don't know. Right now, I'm really liking this. It's come together a whole lot better than I ever anticipated. There was a while I was building it that I thought I was just going to have to junk the whole idea and come up with something else. But I do love the way that this has turned out. However, guys, this has taken me hours to do, and I know that I've done a lot of jump cuts here, and I've only let you see little bits and pieces, but this, guys, I don't have any more time for this episode, so I'm gonna call it there. Let me know what you think about the little old lady's shoe, and give me ideas about what I can do for maybe the different rooms, and let me know what you think about this. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.